Hi there. You've caught me playing with my latest creation. This is MegaMagic Dreams for Omnisphere. This is a multi. So this is using 3 different pianos in different ranges of the keyboard, with Warm and Fuzzy, which is a bonus patch layered on top. So you got the best of each of the piano patches in different ranges of the keyboard. Really fun. This is a new library that's just come out with the update to Omnisphere 2. I've been holding this library for a while. I was directly asked by Spectrasonics to hold this until this update came out. Reason is simple. There's a new feature called install.omnisphere, and that allows you to quickly load this library of patches, multis, and samples without having to go find your Steam folder, without having to manually place any folders anywhere. It will do it all for you. So no more tech support questions to myself or to Spectrasonics saying, I can't find my Steam folder, I can't find my Steam folder, and finding out you have more than one Steam folder and all that stuff. Anyway, before I should say, hello. My name is John Skippy Limcool. Welcome to a new Plugin Guru video. I'm in a different environment. That is because of life changes that are happening to my life, and they are okay, and I am okay, and everybody's okay. We're going to all make it through this, and I think be better in the end when, you know, it's been tough. So a lot of the stuff in this library, these sounds. A lot of my life is in these sounds, so. Anyway, I want to show you all sorts of sides of this library. Because of this delay, I've made a whole bunch of additional bonus patches and all of these multis. So the library is much bigger than it was supposed to be, but that's to your benefit. This comes inside of the MegaMagic Dreams Wave version of the library. So we have two libraries. There's the Contact 5 version, which has its own cool interface, and then there's a version which supports, as you can see, Serum, ESX24, Isotopes Iris 2, and now Omnisphere 2. Those will all be available inside of the Wave version. I will update this page. I haven't done it yet, but I will, so that it's more clear that it's the Wave/Omnisphere 2 version. And you will be able to get this, and it will come with the .omnisphere file. And all you do is just say install.omnisphere, and you select the file, and it loads it for you. So that's much, much easier. I've decided to also release all of the existing Omnisphere libraries that I've created in the .omnisphere format. So when you buy a library as of August 1st, 2015, there will be an Omnisphere 1 folder, which has the folders that you need to manually place. And if you go to the Omnisphere 2 folder, there will be a .omnisphere file, which will automatically place patches, multis, and if it's MegaMagic Dreams, the samples where they belong. I've also decided to include all of my presets for the envelope presets. So when you go down here and you say Plugin Guru, all these presets are now included with every library. The Arpeggiator presets, which have been beefed up a little bit, at the very bottom of the list, you'll find the Arpeggiator presets. These are included with every library you buy from my website. And if you go to the effects page and you click right here, the Airwave effect racks from Laurent are only available in the Airwave Volume 1 library. I'm going to keep those just there. But the effects racks that I've created there's 160 or some crazy number of effects racks. These are also included in every Omnisphere library that you buy from my website. So if you've bought more than one, you don't have to keep copying these over from, it's the same for all the libraries. Now these you need to manually install yourself. So you need to go to your Steam folder. My Steam folder happens to be located on a separate hard drive because I've installed it on an external hard drive. Let me show you. If you go to the Settings library, to Presets, And then you go down here, there's a new user and Omnisphere 2. We talked about this in a video back, but just I want to clear up. There's an Arpeggiator folder, there's an effects folder, and in the effects folder you have to go down to racks. And inside that racks folder, inside the effects folder is where you place either the Airwave or the Plugin Guru effects racks. Okay. And then there's envelopes. And here's where you put the Plugin Guru envelopes. So these you have to manually place if you want these presets. The libraries do not require these to operate and run and play and load up the sounds and do other things. These are bonus to help you if you're programming and you want quick shortcuts to quickly give yourself a pad shape to the envelopes or to quickly call up all sorts of really cool art presets to start working with. That's what they're here for. So anyway, take advantage of those if you want. So let me just do this. Let's initialize this real quick. We'll come back to the multis in a minute. So let's initialize. And let's go to the patches. We're on MegaMagic Dreams. So the concept for the library, for those of you that are new to the game and haven't watched the previous video, I discovered that you could bake really long, lush reverb into a sample. And then it would play across the keyboard in a musical way that was really cool. Normally when you have a 12-second long reverb that goes, if you try to play any other notes in that size of a reverb, it's going to sound muddy. But because it's baked into the sample, you can play it. And the different notes are not interacting with each other because the reverb is inside the sample. So it became this kind of magical, it's a single sample across the entire keyboard. So I took that concept, and there's a ton of basses. And rocker I made with a short release, so you could, when you hold it down, it rings forever. Tornado, some synth basses from Zebra, from Serum, from this. Well, we'll get to Maxwell in a minute. Oh, the CS60 stuff. Real quickly, Toby Pittman, who worked with myself and Seth and some other people on the MegaMagic Drums Break Tweaker Power Pack. By the way, we're bringing out another library for Break Tweaker. He recorded his CS60. I made some really cool sounds that I finalized and did some additional sweetening here too, some of them. Got cool bells. The keys and the guitars came out really special. So the guitar, single note of a guitar. And this reverb is baked into it, right? And this was really fun to play. It's got a nice range. It's the whole range, and it's a single sample. So I'm not trying to sound like a real guitar. I'm trying to make instruments that are new and unique. And I was really happy with how this turned out. The feedback has been incredible. Sounds are being used in new films, all sorts of stuff already from the previous Wave version and from the Contact 5 library. It's awesome. Guitars came out nice. The keys came out cool. There's really cool organs for stings. The Bose soft piano is really high. You want to do that HBO, you know, the it rings out forever. Here you go. Whatever their little catchphrase is. There's electric pianos. Darkest Grand was the bottom of that piano I was playing at the beginning. The so dark. Dream piano. Awesome. Pure warmth, safe place. These are all nice, warm. Suitcase has a nice tine. Okay. Tingly, there's some pads. But these are pad stings. They don't sustain forever. I actually am working on a new library called MegaMagic Pads. Unbelievable. Probably September. Unbelievable. Can't wait to show you that, but not yet. Very pretty virus is from my original A virus rack over here. So we go down the list. The strings, single sample. So while it's a sample from up here, down here it's a unique quality. The low is emphasizing the lower notes. And then there's a multi I'll show you in a minute where it's split the two to work together. Synth parts, here's a... You guys remember the Prophet 53 that came out from Native Instruments? Well, I recorded that a long time ago for a Korg synth, and we never used them in the Korg synth, so they're mine to use at that point. Brassy Verbi is from Toby. This is his CS60. Lovely. Maxwell. This is stuff from my modular synthesizer here. And for Maxwell, I actually used I have the Make Noise Reverb, which is a digital reverb with analog controls, and it does really cool things. It was actually used for the reverb instead of the normal reverb of the rest of the library. So it has a different quality to it than the other reverbs. And there's all sorts of really cool... That's Silky, and here's Mega. Anthem Strings is the only patch that's looped. And it just sustains, and it's a nice string. And it sustains forever. Because you can use it for so many things. I'll show it in the bonus patches in a little bit. There's Sophie. There's Supertronic. X-Ray. Yeah, this is using the DNA symbiotic waves from Pittsburgh Instruments. Do some crazy things to waveforms with that. There's synthy things like this is, I believe, Absinthe. Or was it Z? This might be my Z1, which is now dead. Sad story. Pluckish Verb, Hard to Soft. There's a multi where those are all velocity switching. Solaris. And a lot of these have a strong attack, but it's really easy to just go in like this and you have a nice slow attack pad. Okay. So there's all this stuff. Then we get to the bonus stuff. And a lot of these are pulled out from the multis I'll show you in a minute. Just really usable basses. Okay, there's BPM stuff that's really fun. Oh, Resolute, this is fun. There's basses, there's bells, there's chords. Guitar lines. And this is based entirely on the Arpeggiator. So you can see the pitches. There's all sorts of drums. And this is not based on a 4 pattern, so that 8th note just randomly shows up. And the pitch falls all over the... It does cool things pitch-wise because of the filter EG. Same with the basso patch here, which is used in a multi. I'll show you in a minute. There's other groove. It's doing this. This one is more like shaker thing. Triangle-esque. And you can get different triangles by the mod wheel. Okay. Then there's some cool strings. Pulsing 9. This one's fun. So this one, the mod wheel does really radical. So it keeps ringing out in the auxiliary effects. It's fun. There's all sorts of claps, hats, and kicks. These are single hits like samples. And I decided to make them tuning across the keyboard. When you go to the multi-mode and you call up the dance kit, oops, wrong one, but I'll just go to here. This one is actually set up so that it's like the sample map. You got a kicks and hats. Now these are set to a set pitch. Now if you try to make this with the patches, it's going to sound funny because the pitch is off. Let me show you what you'll have to do. Clear this. Go here, go down to those drum sounds. So say we want to kick, right? And it's all over the pitch. So we go to A and turn off key tracking. Just turn off key tracking and it doesn't follow pitch anymore. Same for like the clap where I found it made all sorts of cool claps everywhere, so I kept it. If you don't want it to do that, turn off key tracking, and then you just have the clap the way it is. Our Guitar Lovely Duo is 2 of the guitar patches. Metalhead, just for the fun of it, I was yesterday. With the new distortions, you can do really cool. Make a metal patch. Swag hit. Guitar space is cool. This is using the guitars, slow fade in and wave shaping. And it's really easy. Make it just be on the A sound. And then change this to anything in the library, and you can make tons of variations. Selena Wannabe strings. And this is using those Anthem strings that are looped, so they don't go away. Okay. Warm and Fuzzy is also using the Anthem strings, but in a different way. And Warm and Fuzzy 2 is even bigger and warmer. And it doesn't fade away. I have it fading down in volume a little bit over time, just to kind of like follow the natural shape of the other patches. Then some cool synth stuff. That's following tempo, so it'll do a cool decay opening and closing of the filter, because an LFO is changing that. If you look right here, you can see it says LFO to the filter envelope decay time. That's something you have to set up by clicking and going into the envelopes and finding it. You can't just go to the envelopes and click this and say modulate, and you can't do it from here. it won't let you do it. But if you go to the list of modulation sources, you can say LFO, and you've got access to all of the envelope shapes for both amp, filter, and mod 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, depth and speed only for 1, 2, 3, 4. But for filter and amp, you've got a lot of control over parameters, which is nice. Dream Builder. Stuff like that. So if you combine up the 104 patches that are based on the samples, plus there's 75 bonus patches, so there's now 180 patches here to work with. It's a lot to play with. Lots of fun stuff to do. The drums really open up the possibilities when you get to multi-mode. Okay, quickly, let's take a look at multis. To start with, there's some beat ones. These are kind of inspired by what Laurent did with Airwave, which is really exciting, where you're asking Omnisphere to do everything from one plugin. It will take your computer down in some cases, and the way to get around that is to use more than one Omnisphere and divide the duties up as far as what patches are being played on different Omnispheres. The VST format, audio unit format allow for only one processor to be used. So if you want to have more than, so if you're having CPU problems, the solution is to use more than one Omnisphere to divide up the work. Because then each Omnisphere is taking up one of your cores of your computer. It's not being asked all to be coming from one computer core. So these are multis. This is a 4-layer. Isn't that fun? Okay, Gemini Breakfast is a little bit more slower, chill. And here, the mod wheel is set up to do the ocean. While taking everything out. And because it's going to an auxiliary bus, it keeps fading out forever for the ocean waves. It's very fun. Happy Unicorn Rainbow Dance. Love this one. So this is 4 patches on the left hand and 4 patches on the right hand. And it will probably take my computer down and make it beg for mercy. We'll see. Let's start with the right hand. Oh, make it faster. So it's doing a hi-hat, a snare, and... Sorry. The left hand is really fun because it's triggering 16th notes. The mod wheel's really cool. Happy Unicorn Rainbow Dance. Had to have happy unicorns, right? Ibiza Moon Trance. This is fun for the... This could be good at like 100 beats per minute instead of 120. Hear the sounds a little more. And again, these are not samples. This is all generated in real time. So if I set it to 70 beats per minute, See, it works. So back to 105 beats per minute. Oh, I need to hit return. And a happy little guitar and one of the Maxwell patches. For the right hand. Passion Dance. That's kind of cool, because up here you have a big head. Passion really hits you, man. Safari Chaser. This is for... Should I do my voiceover? Let's try it. Okay. So let's say like 123 beats per minute. No. The cheetah is chasing his prey. Will he catch him? He's getting away. Second Sun is really crazy. This is a left hand, right hand split thing. The left hand is just doing this really cool. And the mod wheel is just like, oh my goodness, changing so many things and sounds. Off you go. Okay, so that's enough of the beat stuff to give you ideas to get inspired by. Happy Stinger Bells. They sting. The drums I showed you a little bit earlier. So you have a drum kit. Hey, that's an idea. I like that. Here's one of the guitars where the lower samples and the higher samples are combined on the one keyboard zone, split. And there's actually a little bit of crossfade right here in the middle of the keyboard so that you can go from nice and smoothly. Dreamy Nylon, the guitars, same idea, the two together. Love the ambience. I've never gotten tired of that yet. We'll do the ready to jams at the end. Dreamland is what I opened with. I was playing Warm and Fuzzy and the three pianos in different zones on the keyboard. Check this out. If you want, you could change this to CC, and just by doing that, it now listens to continuous controllers as to what sounds it plays, and it's no longer looking across the keyboard. So what this means, if you look at this in CC mode, take a look. What does that mean? It means there's 3 different piano sounds that you can select depending on where your mod wheel is, and Warm and Fuzzy plays the whole time. So I can start with the Dark Grand. And if I move this, it immediately changes. Oh. If you do the CC mode, the one thing you want to do is go to the patches, hit the magnifying glass, anything that says wheel, mute it. So you got mute, 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 mute. I don't want it to change anything to warm and fuzzy. I should do it to the pianos too. So real quickly, mute, 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 mute. Because the wheel is now changing the patches. I don't want it to be changing the patches and changing the sounds. I set up the patches so that it's changing the sounds by default. That's what I like to have, the sounds change when you move the mod wheel, right? Well, if you go to CC to continuous controller mode, you don't want it changing both in most cases. I mean, if you really worked it out, you could work it out so it's doing exactly what you want, and it's changing the sounds, and it's changing what sounds are playing. I just wanted to change what sounds are playing. So here we go again. Hear that change? Immediately. Different piano. So 3 different piano sounds you can change between. I have things set up down here at the bottom under the wheel. The Dreamy Bellissimo is that way. It's using warm and fuzzy and a string while it's changing between guitar nylon to guitar steel to electric piano. So depending on the mod wheel, you got guitar, okay. Spy Kids with the wheel, we'll show this really quick. It's kind of cool. So it's a bass. Bring up the mod wheel. Do stuff like that with the mod wheel. There's the synth parts. I'll show those in a second. So we were up here on the piano, Dreamland. Dreamy Renaissance is a... If you like Enya, that kind of stuff, that might work out for you well. Dreamy Tine, this is like electric pianos. Kind of a similar concept. I used the electric piano that's really great for the low end down here, and then I used Tingly up on the high end. And this actually should go the full range. So go like that. Resave the multi. Replace. The library is still being finalized as we speak, right? Here's a string combo where it's got the 2 strings layered. Great for that kind of stuff. The combos are using, this is using pizzicatos and even the what was it, the contrabass chamber for more rosin. And the second one is using more brass and strings. See? Okay, to hold my hand, these are nice synth layers. This is some of the velocity stuff. There's that. There's Pluckish Verb, which is the 4 different patches in velocity. Okay, and then Save the Whales. These are the really nice, kind of like cool layers, very moody, very film-esque. And The fewer notes, the better kind of thing. Save the world. Kind of got that. You're on the top of the mountain. Kind of thing. Then the viral spike. This is the 3 patches that are now velocity switching between each other. Sizzle has an added layer to give you a sizzle random. Okay, then finally, let me show you the jams. These are really fun. We'll do solo first. Let's say 95 beats per minute for this first one. So these are kind of set up as you can see. There's a kick, a clap, and a hi-hats down here. And they're set to latch mode, and they're set to next beat trigger. And they trigger from low C on a 5-octave keyboard. So you can start and stop a little drum machine built into Omnisphere. That's the idea. And then in the right hand, you have just something to write music with. So many people I know and I've worked with just need a groove to write music to. And then they'll like take it in the studio and you'll produce it up and you'll do all sorts of things to it later. So that's the idea for this. If you go to part 1 and you go to the patches and you get out of here, you can change to any patch and it'll just change whatever sound is happening for the right hand. So if you're in a church and you're leading the group, or if you just want to write music, this kind of things are really great. You can stop when you want. And if you want more, I hid a little something extra on part 5. Turn it on. And it's set to next beat as well, so it can't play out of time. It'll play in time. Okay. And then if you go to part 1, change to other things. Like say you want to go to there you go. Or pure warmth. Or the guitars. Start writing. So that was the idea for these multis. I also created a split. Let me speed this up to 115 beats per minute. And this one's a little different in that it has a bass line ready to go down here, bass. It's not arpeggiated, you gotta play it. And then up top it's got guitar and strings. And the strings are already pulsing to rhythm. Ready to just jam along. Okay, and then finally the basso split. Bossa Nova split was fun because this is having the strings but it's a bossa nova. So you can if you can play bossa nova stuff, right? off you go. So that's the library. 180 patches, 31 multis, and 104 samples, plus all of the envelope presets, arpeggiator presets, and effect rack presets are included. So pick it up and enjoy, and I'll see you in another video soon. So thanks for watching. See ya.